You're
21.
What? You're a level 4 character.
Yeah. 2d6.
Plus what?
Plus 6.
Plus 6? What the?
Plus.
Did you min-max for strength?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Of course. I am a little bit of a strength monkey. Yeah.
Of course you did.
I mean,
Right, you guy. It's like a max up strength.
me go unga boonga.
Welcome to Wicked City. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game of heists and criminal politics where a group of petty thieves race to find the Vault of Dragons and its 1 million gold coins. Our players are Schizofreak as Blinken the Gnome Ranger, Kirbitha as Huel the Halfling Bard, Brax as Thorgrin the Dwarf Barbarian, Last time, the crew delivered the Murkmire Stone to Dr. Daniels, and Galanis took her out of the city. Inchi freed himself from the grasp of Alda Arkin. Later at the Yawning Portal, Galanis told the crew he was not happy with how the heist turned out and that he was leaving the city. Later that night, the crew found Galanis dead on the floor. Audio Goblins ate the last part of that episode, but the first part of this episode is a brief recap of what and who they found. Galanis said he didn't think he was going to continue working with all of you in the future, citing that you weren't ready and that it was too dangerous. And then he went up to his room, and a few minutes later you heard a loud noise and a growl from up there. You went up there and found Galanis dead on the floor, strangled to death with the imprint of a chain around his neck. Blinken, with your ranger abilities, you found out that elsewhere in the room there were claw marks from a fiend. Inchi grabbed Galanis' 10-gallon hat and his black scarf that has a golden pattern around the edges of golden keys. There were pages strewn all about the room, written in Infernal. Blinken, you were able to pick those up and read some of those. What you've been able to translate so far, it's a bit difficult because Galanis wrote in a code in a kind of way. You have to really spend some time with it. This book here is what you have so far. This diagram and his notes on each of these things. You could tell that he was trying to find things about Xanathar the Beholder, a group of bards named the Doom Raiders, and Lord and Lady Victorio and Amala Castellanter. I believe y'all investigated his body, you took his bag of holding off of his neck, you reached in there, you found that blue stone that was preventing you from memorizing things about the Vault of Dragons. Blinken, you were able to communicate with something inside the stone that said, Blinken, they stole my eyes, they stole my voice. You learned that it was the soul of Aranax, and you agreed to give it some of your flesh so that it could become whole again. When you did that, it burned the flesh off of your hand and turned into a dragon spawn, what you were supposed to get for your character at this level. And then he cast a spell on all of you that let you remember the things that Galanis told you about the Vault of Dragons. But basically, I just wanted to give y'all all the lore up front, tell you what you're doing, tell you what you're going for, and then let y'all approach it however you want. And we're going to really start seeing how y'all want to approach it this session. That's kind of what I want to do in these roleplay sessions, figure out what you want so that I can make the missions tie into what you want and reward y'all for your creativity and what you want to do. I believe y'all stuffed Galanis into the briefcase of holding, breaking his shoulder while doing it, and then you all went to sleep because you were exhausted. You all went to sleep at about 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. I'll say it's now about noon. Does anyone have any questions about what happened last session?
Nope. No questions.
All right. Everybody, roll initiative.
Hey, I got a nat 20. Brex got a 19. Huel got a 22. Goddamn.
Mine's a nat 20.
Both of them were because you have the -1, dude.
Yeah.
Woo! Huel's nat 20 is higher, so he goes first.
Huel, you are waking up on your third day in Waterdeep, and what a couple of days it has been. You awaken to the sound of noon on the streets of Waterdeep. You are in your room at the Yawning Portal. As you wake up, one of the first things you see are bloodstains on the carpet, reminding you of the grisly scene the night before. What do you do?
He'd wake up, look at the blood, kind of take a second, he'd take his pipe out, light it up, remember Galanis, and then kind of just start pondering, about everything he's found in the book so far.
Mm-hmm.
What Galanis was looking into, should we look into this if we're getting too close, if he got killed? He was just thinking right now, he's pondering and smoking.
Okay. You also remember that you got a bank card from Dr. Cassie Daniels' apartment. You don't know this bank, you just got to the city, but if you found it, you would have the details needed to access that account. You also owe 25 gold pieces a week to the used cart salesman, and Destry's Raven comes over to you when you start smoking, and it pecks you in the arm. It goes, peck, 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 peck. You'll You owe 2 gold coins. It's Destry's little imp raven. So he's talking to you while opening his beak, and after he asks for money, he opens his beak, and a small red hand with 4 fingers and claws holds its hand out for 2 gold. That's what it costs to bring your cart back.
He's in there, he pulls a big puff of cloud on the bird's face, and then I'll give him the 2 gold, and I'll deduct it.
Okay.
And yeah, he's looking for like the where to put it. He'll like recoil a bit when he sees the hands, like, oh, and then he'll put the 2 coins in the bird's mouth.
That hand grabs the coins and retracts.
Like wipes his hand out. He's like, oh God.
It says, your 25 gold pieces are due to the salesman at the end of the week, which you know is 4 days away.
Huel, did you want to do anything, or are you waiting for your companions to wake up?
Yeah, I'm just keep filling up the whole room with smoke. You see like the light beams pouring in, like all the smoke. And yeah, just waiting for them to get up.
Okay. Destry, you wake up, your raven is walking around on the bed beside you, and you know that you have to go see your uncle today. What do you want to do before you leave? Blinken will also say that you're awake for this, and then your turn will be next.
I'm going to hold my hand out to the crow and ask for that $2 gold fee for following me around consistently.
What?
I was trying to pull a fast one on you. Trying to get a free 2 gold.
No, the crew only takes gold coins.
All right, I guess I'm going to get dressed sluggishly. All right, gents. Well, I have to go deal with some family business. I may or may not be back. Do not wait for me. You are free to come along if you wish.
He blows the smoke at you. What kind of family business are we entailing here?
Actually, Brax, I'd just like Destry to go so that we can get your new character in here with everybody.
Never mind, you're not invited. Good day, everybody.
Phil goes to get
Yeah,
he's getting his stuff on, and he's like, oh, he just sits back down and starts smoking.
Like it's
Good luck with your family business.
Too many questions. Good day.
You wish your new friend could come with you, but you know it'd be better if not.
So I'm going to give Blinken 2 of the gold minis, and I'm going to give Kirby the other one. They're worth 3 gold apiece. Your cut.
Well, thank you, friend. He'll toss in his pocket.
Maybe we'll see each other again in the future. Who knows?
We most definitely might. And with that, I'm going to reach into my coat pocket, pull out what looks like a bead, and cast darkness on the ground, and quickly run out the door and slam it. And when the door is closed, I'm going to dispel the darkness.
I'm gonna scream, why?
Y'all notice as the darkness fades away, that Destry's raven did not leave with him. He is going to stay behind and make sure that Huel pays his debt on time. Blinken, you awoke when you heard Destry getting dressed. You're in this room with Huel, who is the only other person in your crew awake right now. You have Galannis's bag of holding. You also have, sleeping right next to you, a gold dragon about the size of your forearm. It has tiny little wings, and it is curled up, and its belly is moving up and down as it breathes in and out. What would you like to do?
Well, Blinken, again, he's trying to figure out, well, at first he was kind of fascinated by dragons, and then since he has his little dragon now, he knows that he has that library card, so he probably will venture to the library at some point to see if he could use it to look into dragon lore and see if he could take care of the dragon a little better than what rumors he may have heard, type of thing. So he wants sources of making sure he could take care of it.
With your ranger subclass, the Dragon Warden, you haven't had any previous experience with dragons, yes?
No, not yet. All he would experience is, like you said, the fiend thing, and then that's where he kind of got into the fascination of trying to get a dragon and raise a dragon. So he hasn't really had prior experience with raising a dragon.
Mm-hmm. So Blinken, you just kind of wake up. You're thinking about what you're going to do with your day. Your dragon, sensing that you're awake, stretches and unfurls. Its tiny wings stretch out. You're not even sure if it could fly right now without the aid of magic. And then it turns around and it looks at you, and again, it's kind of disturbing. It has no eyes. It just has little flesh holes where its eyes should be, and the parts of its face that should be a mouth are sealed shut by flesh that's overgrown it. And you remember Aranak saying to you, "They stole my eyes. They stole my voice. Then they stole my soul.
Ever since it transformed into this dragon spawn in front of you, it has not been able to talk to you. But it wakes up and it makes a noise. It goes, and it's very cute and adorable.
I want to go talk to it in Draconic. If you could hear me and understand me, just nod yes.
It cocks its head to the side and it responds to like you're growling. You see its ears twitch up and down, and then it goes, and it comes up to you and it starts like trying to dig its head under your hand. Very similar to a cat. You get the feeling that whatever this is, it's a very young dragon. Perhaps it hasn't developed its intelligence yet. The things it said to you, they stole my eyes. They stole my voice. It makes you wonder with that phrasing, where are his eyes? Where is his voice?
And who are they?
Since Destry left with his old character, let's meet his new character. Destry, your character is new to Waterdeep, correct?
Destry's not new, no. My new
sorry,
character
Rex.
is, though.
Your new character. Tell us his name. Give us a description.
My character is a dwarf. His name is Thorgrim. From what he will tell people is that he came from Phandalin and that he decided to try to improve his life from where it was prior. And he doesn't really go into too much detail about why he left. But he is 4 foot nothing exact. He's very muscular, bald head, and red beard.
When you get to Waterdeep, one of the things you know about it is that people will make a note of your name, and you'll be expected to present ID if you're ever stopped by the City Watch. Knowing that, would you just walk through the gates, or would you try to sneak your way in?
I mean, he has not been convicted of any crimes in the area. He would probably just walk in. He probably doesn't have ID on him.
You know they would provide that to you at the city gates. When you're about a mile away from Waterdeep, you get approached near the edge of this forest. 2 people step out. They are wearing red bandanas with some kind of darker red stitching sewn into it. Their clothes are ratty, and they hold rusted daggers in their hands. And they say, "Halt, traveler. We needs to see what yous have on you. Might be more useful if we have it than you have it." One of these creatures is a human, and the other one is a tabaxi, a cat person.
I'm going to look at my backpack that's holding 2 hand axes, and I'm going to look at my giant maul that I'm holding in my hand that's slung over my shoulder. And I'm going to look at them and look at the maul and be like, "I've got me walking stick. Is that what you want?"
They look back and forth to each other. The tabaxi takes a step back, but the human grabs him by the elbow and says, "Remember what he said. We have to practice to get ready for what's to come." And he shoves the tabaxi forward and he starts walking forward. We're not going to do a whole round of combat here. We are just going to roll for it. You are a higher level than them, so you are going to roll your attack with advantage. They are going to roll theirs normally. They quickly get within range of you. What do you do?
I'm going to give them one last chance to fuck right off before I just crush them with the hammer. And
They look completely determined.
You know, I'm feeling spicy. I'm going to just kneecap the tabaxi.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that with advantage.
With advantage. Okay. 21s across the board.
Damn. You got the same thing both times? That's a 1 in 400 chance. You successfully kneecap the tabaxi. You just hit it and boom, you hear the bone break. The tabaxi goes down and begins clutching it. At this display of violence, the human loses his spine. You get the sense that these people want to do violence, but that they've never really done it before. Quite unlike you. The human is frozen in fear. What do you do?
Look, your stance is all wrong. All right. Put the knife down. Come here. And I'm gonna like give him like I'm gonna like adjust his stance, show him how to hold the knife properly. Now that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that he's not gonna stab me, right?
No. He's terrified with fear. As you move them around, he's like shaking.
Right. Now, what you gotta do when you go in, gotta commit. Right? Just get right in there. But always make sure that you're not stabbing into a feint. And I'm just gonna keep rambling on about it. And either he runs off or I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm gonna teach him how to be a good bandit.
He sits frozen in fear for a while. He's too scared to interrupt you. How do you finish your long rant?
Right, now I want you to stab me.
He goes, what? What's that?
Don't stab at me!
He picks up his rusty dagger. Again, you notice they had these daggers, but they're really bad. And he says, I don't want to hurt you. The rabbits, we could use someone like you.
Who?
The ruby rabbits. The people.
Rabbits.
Rising
The
up
woolly
against
rabbits.
the nobles. Yes. It's us. He stammers and he stutters. He says, us common people.
What you getting at, boy?
We're merely rabbits, and there are people, cruel people who are wolves, and we are going to rise up against them. And he tries to stab at you. He got an 11. That misses. He stabs over your shoulder, kind of overcorrected for what he was doing. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk away, just sighing.
Oh, man.
These can't even teach him how to rob people. Useless.
All right. So I was going to have them take away some of your starting gold, but to keep you in line with everybody else, I'm going to say you have whatever ill-gotten gains you got from where you came from. 40 gold coins plus your starting gold.
I'm feeling bad for the guy who tried to mug me because I just shattered his buddy's knees. I'm going to give them the 40 gold and tell
Okay.
them to get into a new line of work. It clearly is not working out.
The human, he picks up his friend and he says, that's the thing, mate. We got no choice but to fight. And he takes off that red bandana and he hands it to you. And he walks away with his buddy. And he says, thank you for the gold. The people need it.
You're going to need it for a healer. That's right. As I'm walking away.
Okay. As you walk away, you look at that red bandana. You try to see what that darker red design on it is. You unfurl it, and hand stitched into this square is the image of a rabbit laying on a bed of grass. You successfully make it through the city gates. They hand you an ID card after they write down a brief description of you and your name. And you know that anybody that wants to be anyone, when they get to Waterdeep, the first thing they do is go to the Yawning Portal.
I guess I go there.
All right. So it's about 30 minutes later. Blinken and Huel, y'all are downstairs at the bar. You learn that Galannis' room is paid up for the rest of the week, but his ability to order food, Durnan's not going to allow that unless he's there to do it personally. Every other time he's told the bartender Bonnie, hey, these guys are good. He's not there to say that right now because he's in your briefcase of holding. Blinken and Huel, y'all are at the bar looking at the prices for what you want to order, and this dwarf kind of shoves his way between you, and he goes to order something at the bar. Brax, what does your character order?
Right, love. Take a leg of mutton, and I'll take a mead.
There's this younger red-haired woman at the bar, along with an older male with a big mustache. You know that as the legendary owner of the Yawning Portal, Durnan. The woman says, oi mate, we don't do that here. Plenty of other places in this city for it though. She gives you the alcohol that you asked for. Blinken and Huel, Brax's new character, is right beside you.
You're bumping into me. You're bumping into my buddy Blinken here.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you guys were talking. I just saw a seat, so I took it.
My name's Fuel. I'll shake his hand.
Fuel. Nice to meet you, Fuel.
Fuel.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fuel.
Yeah, this Blinken.
Lincoln. Nice to meet you, Lincoln.
I'll ask the barkeep if they have any Regal Eagle.
Regal Eagle, what is that? A mead of
Alright.
some kind?
It's expensive ale. It's like, we're talking real life world equivalency. It's like Grey Goose. It's the Hennessy. It's the expensive stuff.
Oh, I thought it would be like the Merlot.
Yeah,
The
Merlot.
actual, the Murad. The actual description is variety of enchanted and expensive ale.
You can order it. I'm going to say it's 1 gold coin.
I'm gonna buy 3 of them.
Yep, so 3 gold.
He'll pay it.
Okay. Blinken, would you have your dragon creature down here with you?
No, I don't think so. I would probably keep that creature upstairs until I figure out how, because I don't know how people would react to a.
I was gonna ask before we left. Aren't those illegal?
One thing you know about the Yawning Portal is no one would ask questions. No, like the crazy stuff goes down in here all the time. You also know that dragonborns are allowed in the city because they're technically a humanoid, not a dragon type. So, you could maybe pass it off as like a salamander or like a magical creature that you've passed an illusion on. You're thinking about that as you sit there at the bar. It would be a risk though. It is up to you.
Oh, I was up in the woods one time. They called them commando dragons or Komodo dragons. You could just say it's one of those, Blinken.
Maybe. I don't know, because especially when it has no eyes or a mouth. That's weird.
Say he's a Komodo dragon from the purple rocks across the sea. I don't know.
Ah, yes, the majestic purple rocks. Got it.
The disguise kits that you found in Galanus's bag, it wouldn't work for your dragon, but you think, maybe you could do something to disguise it. It's a real, physical, tangible creature, so spells on it would work as spells as normally as against any other creature,
Hmm.
So you guys know that you just lost a crewmate, and here's this very strong-looking dwarf, Thorgrun, who looks like he knows how to throw a few hand axes around. Would y'all like to recruit him to your crew?
I'll bump into Blake. I'm like, how about him? He seems like he could be some help.
I don't know, man. Like, we got a lot of stuff going on, and I look over to him. He looks formidable, maybe.
I'm going to lean over to Kirby's character and so I'm on my way to Waterdeep. These two soft belly bandits try to rob me, like the rustiest daggers, and they're spewing some shite about wooby wabbits. And they're like, "Give us your gold." Sorry,
The daggers are always rusty too.
I know. Like they don't even know how to care for the weapons.
Did you give him your gold? Let's say sipping on the Regal Eagle.
Yes and no. The one I shot at his knee, he went down. Some cat man. The second one, this human, he damn near soiled himself. So, I'd give him some tips to stay alive a little longer.
We're like gentlemen, but they're lucky too. I seen a bugbear pop this guy's head like a grape because he sneezed too loud. I don't know nowadays.
I saw two halflings try to fight an orc. One got his arm ripped off and the other one got beaten to death with it.
Okay, guys. Let me kind of introduce the thing that's going to allow you to do faction missions here. In the Yawning Portal, all day, there are going to be representatives of each of the 6 factions that is going to be in this campaign. Sitting here at this table in the Yawning Portal is a member of the Thieves Guild. You know this because he has the tattoo of Xanathar's many eyes tattooed on his bald head. In this room, there's a sign that says Castellanter's Private Security Recruitment. Come in for interviews. This pink circle right here, you see a couple of clowns. They say, help wanted, private logistics, and you know that that's code for steal some stuff for us. Throgan, you see over here, this red circle, someone wearing that same red bandana of the people that tried to rob from you earlier. And over here, at this blue table, there's an investigator, and that keeps asking, does anyone have any information about the break-in at the museum the other night? And then over here, these 2 black circles, there are these 2 people that have dyed black hair, and they have dark black makeup around their eyes. They're sitting at the table talking to each other. If y'all would like to pursue relationships with these factions, you can simply just walk up to them and start talking. And I'll introduce a character from that faction, and there will be a little mission that we can do in this roleplay session that could get you renown with that faction. Who would like to do something first?
Those blokes over there with the red band, those are the fuckers who tried to rob me earlier.
Oh, the rabbit, right?
Yeah, the wooby wabbits.
Oh, what do you want?
Oh, I was just pointing it out in case you decided you wanted to go over there. No, seem like the brightest fellas.
He would pull away a notebook and then kind of like have the scribbles from the book and say we have multiple leads to go on.
What leads? And I'm gonna try to nose my way to look over at his book.
Huel, what are you writing down in that book?
He just has the scribbles from the book earlier.
The notes from Galanus were written in Infernal. Blinken has a translated journal of it. Thorgrun, as you lean over and try to poke your nose and look at this journal, you can read individual words. You see something like beholder. You see some word that says gold. But when you try to piece these words together, you find you can't do it. You can't remember anything you just read.
It's an odd book you got there. Yeah, I say what you writing?
Just a few leads, stuff that goes here and there.
I think Lincoln right now doesn't give a shit about doing any of these right now. He probably wants to. I don't know if I had time to study the infernal notes thoroughly.
Which group of notes would you like to study today? And you said you wanted to go to the library to do it, right?
Yeah, might as well go there to check out if more information about maybe look at the castle lanterns.
As you step out of the Yawning Portal to try to go to the El Torchel library and do this studying, you hear this tapping sound on the window from the second floor. You turn up and look, and you can see that little dragon. What were we calling it? The dragon wormling? Scratching at the door. It clearly misses you and wants to be with you. What do you do?
I guess before I leave, I'll go back up and then I'll rip off some of my like clothing a little bit, like a little thing, and then like try to make it like a little ball or play thing so he can mess around and have my scent while I'm out. And I'm like trying to tell him in Draconic. It says, "Stay, I'll be back."
You notice that Destry's raven is still in the room, and it's eyeing your little dragon creature. Do you say anything to it?
Yeah, I'd say, "Fuck off. I know you're here. Get out of here."
And it flies out of the window.
Fucking little thing.
You make your way to the El Torchel Library. When you get there, there is a young person there, a young human, at the counter that says, "Present your card, staff ID, or student ID, please." And you hold up that little tablet that says El Torchel Library. And he sees it, and he just looks at it. There's no magic spell or anything on it. He says, "Come on in, mate. Enjoy your day." And you have access to the El Torchel Library. So what's your first step in figuring out something about the Castellanters?
Probably what I'll do then is, for the Castellaners cards, try to gather up hopefully some like public records, if they have any, about like the general specifics of what they're about and why they're so damn special around here in this city. Like, obviously I've known the name, it's just I don't know the specifics because, I was working at a guild.
You have heard the Castellanter name a lot. Not only are they're not just some pair of nobles, they're basically the nobles. They're not the founding noble families of Waterdeep. They're not that old, but they are big. They are powerful. They do own a lot of the land outside of the city, and they've also started recently competing with the guilds by building workhouses, places where they send peasants or people that are found begging in Waterdeep to do monotonous work in workhouses that are open 24 hours a day. They are kind of out-competing your guilds by making cheaper materials and also being able to work people that long. Guild members, they have rights and things like that. It's one of the good things about being in a guild. They can't overwork you. They have to pay you for what you make, and they enforce a level of quality. So you're never making garbage that you ship out the door. But these workhouses are. Your bosses hate the Castellanters. But you also know that the Castellanters are involved in the guild trading system, where nobles can buy a percentage of individual guilds' yearly profits. The guilds accept this because it helps them get funding even when times are tough or when sales for certain things aren't that good. This noble money helps keep everything afloat. Though digging into the books to find out more things, their family crest is a white bird with a long neck. What's that called? A goose, bending its head forward with a green cross in front of it. House Castellanter was ennobled in the year of the cockatrice, 1248 DR, when the lords of Waterdeep recognized several merchant houses and granted them noble titles and seals. Their original trade was textiles, being able to get many different types of fabrics with many different types of patterns from all over Toril. Their family has a lot of connections with tradespeople all over the world. Last century, one of them, named Caladorn Castellanter, became a very famous adventurer and eventually became a masked lord of Waterdeep. So the current head of the family is Victoro Castellanter. He is a Castellanter by blood. He is the firstborn. Destry's father was actually his brother. Destry was a third-born son of a third-born son, so that's Victoro Castellanter. He is the only living heir of Caladorn, that famous adventurer from last century. His wife, who married into the family, is Amala Castellanter, and they have 3 children, or they have 2 children that are alive. One of their children died within the last 10 years. Their surviving children are twins. They currently make their money in banking, money lending, and reports of rumor mongering, where they try to influence trade by spreading rumors in papers and gossip amongst the nobles. Their family has a villa in the Sea Ward on the corner of Delzorian Street and Diamond Street. They have an ancient burial crypt somewhere in the Undermountain.
Children died past 10 years. All the Castellanter. Okay.
Okay, we will leave you in the library for a bit. Huel, what did you want to do today?
You said there was people in the bar, like members of
Yes.
Thorgan and
Yeah.
pulling them out as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to repeat what they are?
I think you said there was 3 of them, right?
There's 6 of them.
Oh, they're only here at this bar. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's kind of like a video game. You finish the tutorial mission. Now the open world is there, and all your quest givers are here. You don't have to interact with all of them. You can build the story you want with these 6 factions.
He's gonna quickly glance over the Xanathar stuff. Like if Thorgan was looking, he feels like kind of like not scared, but like kind of brushed over it quick. Like I got startled a little bit.
Yeah, the guy with all the eyes, it kind of freaks you out because he's not even looking at you, but it looks like he's looking at you.
And the Castellaners. That was Destry's character's last name, right?
Yep, Destry was a member of this Castellanter family.
I can put him down as a reference. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go apply for that. I'm gonna chug the last bit of the Regal Eagle. Tell Thorgan I'll be seeing him around. Nice meeting him. And I'll take off to the interviews.
Okay. Thorbrun, as your friends walk off, you remember having the distinct feeling that they're up to something. They're up to something big. Huel, you walk off to this area back here, and who is in here is 2 security guards. They are not members of the City Watch. They're not wearing plate mail. They have on nice leather armor, and they have nice long swords at their side. They're standing very crisply and professionally against the wall back here, and then sitting at this table is an older man with silver hair who looks very prim and proper. He also looks like he would have a lot of great stories to tell you. This is Milton. He is the Castellanter's personal butler, and he says, "Ah, yes. Do please come in. Sit down at the table, my boy. Would you like some tea?"
Of course, I would love some. Thank you.
I was going to say, I was probably going to grab a second cup. That way I'm double fisting. And after I see him walk in there, I was going to walk in behind him and be like, "Hey, forgot your beer."
Oh, okay, fantastic. Thorbrun walks in here and he says, "Oh, delightful. Let me get another cup for you."
No, I was gonna say I take the ale from Thorgan and then I'll start drinking the coffee and the beer at the same time.
No. No. You don't mix beer with leaf juice. That's for elves. You don't drink it.
And the man says, gentlemen, not at the table. Not while we're trying to be professionals here, correct?"
Absolutely.
Who the hell's this guy?
"I work for a very powerful noble family in this city, very prestigious, involved in everything from trade to agriculture, land ownership itself, but most importantly, culture. See, we've recently had a few problems. Castellanter Manor has been broken into multiple times by the most devious of creatures in these past few months, and now El Torcho Villa Museum has been the victim of some kind of horrid attack with arson and a dead security guard. The Castellanters are stepping up. We would like to create our own private security force to step up where the City Watch has failed us and to protect the Castellanters, the family, and their investments. I have been interviewing no one but the most brawniest and, might I say, quite dumbest people today. If you guys could impress me here, I have a job that we could use someone for today."
Today you say.
Dumb?
I'll kick him under the table as he says that.
No. I mean, you come to a bar and you are upset that you're interviewing dumb people.
"I have come to the Yawning Portal. The best travelers from all over Faerun, the most experienced adventurers on the Sword Coast, make this their stop. It is the perfect recruiting grounds for what we are trying to do here."
I'm gonna stroke my beard. I suppose you're not wrong.
The Castellanters, as with all things, we do not want what is merely available, we want the best of the best. Tell me, do you believe that you are the best of the best?
Maybe not all the time, but most of the time I can't speak for my new friend here, but
I'm gonna kick you in the shin this time, my turn. Yeah, we're the best. We got a lot of jobs. Very good at it. No loose ends.
On the one hand, you bring me braggadocio, on the other hand, humility. I cannot think of a better combination. I will tell you what, I have a low-stakes thing today. Just some extra eyes at the museum to make sure that there's no further interruptions as the cleaning crews and the mourners gather. We are, of course, missing one of our noble guardsmen. We are terribly sad to see him go. Would you please
dress in all black, and go to the museum and simply make sure that nothing happens there for the rest of the day. Someone will be there to relieve you when the sun goes down. Upon completion, for your time, I will grant you 3 gold coins each. And you are suddenly reminded of how many coins 40 gold coins was, and you are reminded of how well Galanus' job paid with 50 gold coins.
Throw in a free night in the tavern tonight after work and we got a deal.
Sounds like a deal.
He says, I will do that if you complete this task with the utmost profession and discretion.
I'm so discreet, I don't know what that word means.
Fantastic. So, that is your meeting with Milton, the butler for the Castellanters. He is the Castellanters' sergeant. Every group has a sergeant. You're not going to just be able to go up and walk up to Victoro and Amala Castellanter. You're going to have to work your way up the ranks, you know? So, as y'all go back out into the Yawning Portal, would you like to talk to other factions?
That was a good job getting us a job there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see, we're making a good team. I'll cheers with the coffee and beer I have.
No, you don't drink it with the leaf juice!
He like squints and his whole face crunches up.
I'm going to pull the Ruby Rabbit bandana out of my boot because I stuffed it under there because, you know, it's a gang item. So I'm going to pull it out of my boot and I'm going to look at Huel. I'm going to go see what those Ruby Rabbits are all about. You'd be interested in coming along. You know, I kind of crashed your last interview. It's only fair if you do it to me.
He chugs the rest of like the coffee beer, squints again, and yeah, you can come along.
Oh yeah.
I'm coming.
Thorgrun and Huel, y'all walk over to this table where the people, or where there's a man with that red bandana, and that person wearing the red bandana is a grung, a frog person. This frog person, Thorgrun, you notice, has a hand axe in his backpack. He also has a quiver and a bow and arrow laying down beside him. And you see him saying, whether it's the workhouses or whether it's the guild houses, we're working our butts off and they take it all. How much could we all have if we got the full value of the things that we made? These are the things that they don't want you thinking about. That's why they're going to work you hard either way to keep you too tired to do anything about it. You people got to think. You got to rise up. And you recognize him saying rise up as something that those thieves said earlier today. And he says, hello. New friends, my name is Sinesh. It is nice to meet you. How can I help you?
I'm gonna place the bandana on the table. I'm gonna look at him. Couple of your boys tried to rob me earlier.
Oh, did they now?
I let them off easy. Well, let one of two off easy. The other one's got a broken leg. Could have been worse. Paid for the healing at least.
Well, if they didn't have what it takes, they didn't have what it takes. We can't have an army that wants to change all these things and an army full of weakness. It's a contradiction. So thank you for removing those two from our ranks.
So what, your entire little operation's about, overthrowing the nobles?
The nobles, the guild masters, anything that stands above the people has no right to stand above the people. That's what we believe in at the Ruby Rabbits. He says, I'm sorry about what happened to you earlier. Some of our boys have been known to practice with travelers on the road. And it's a hard life out there on the outside of the city. Not a lot of consistent food to get. All the food that's picked from the fields travels into the city surrounded by gods. Nothing left for the people that actually grow it. Have you seen what happened to Snow Beetle Orchard? Completely poisoned. Half the city's fruit inputs rotting on the vine. Absolutely disgusting. So that's what we do. We provide food, we provide shelter, we fix people's clothes, and we try to provide honest work that contributes to everybody. You should come by sometime. We could really use the help. Anyone is welcome.
Hey, Heal.
Give him like the nudge. What's up, boss?
Boss. Aye.
Well, what's up, buddy?
Boss, hey, I haven't been called boss in a while.
You have boss baby vibes.
Feel like these, Ruby Rabbits aren't really worth that time.
I'm like whispering this to him, like, if they're hiring weak muscle like that, you know, maybe that'd be our way in. I was just about to tell him, you know.
But if they're hiring weak muscle like that, who says that we'd be, even worth doing our time there? Be a waste.
If you boys are in need, I can exchange goods for services.
I know a few lasses who could exchange goods for services.
He says, yes, all work is a form of prostitute yourself for another person. But what I'm offering you, we're going to have a protest outside that El Torcho Museum.
They're closing it to the public, saying that opening it to the common people is what allowed something awful to happen there. We're gonna protest. Those things should be open to everybody. We could use some security. The Ruby Rabbits, wherever we go, we tend to draw people that don't like us very much. You know what I'm saying? For this, I could give you a week's worth of rations. Good rations, too. And I'm not kidding about that.
I don't know about this, Yuli.
Doesn't seem like it's too much work, you know?
No, but it sounds like it's about to get into contradictions with our possible employment.
Well, they won't know it's us.
What time's your bitch and moan party?
We like to call it braying and neighing, but it's starting right now, actually. And our organizers are trying to keep it going till sunset.
I'm gonna look over at Huel and whisper, didn't we have to go there go to the Museum for Sunset? Help them nobles protect it.
Aye, we did. Yeah, I'll say we have like a previous engagement, so maybe another time we'll be able to help out.
Well, it takes time for everybody to come around to our way of thinking. It is nice to meet the two of you. And remember, you're a rabbit, and you can't let these wolves feast on you.
Shake his hand. We'll keep that in mind.
His hand is wet and slimy, and actually when you touch it, your hand goes numb just for a little bit.
I'm gonna walk away shaking my head, just muttering under my breath, calling me a rabbit. I'm an iron eater. Rabbit. You said there was a couple spooky looking guys over in the dark corner here?
So sitting at this table with the black and green circles are these two bards. One is an orc that has this long hair or a weird ponytail at the top of her head that makes her hair go in all different directions. The person sitting next to her is an elf with very pale skin and long black hair and this dark makeup around his eyes. The orc looks very tough and intimidating. The elf looks very sad.
No, they look like in a corner of in a bar. Be like, ooh, I'm itchy. Ooh.
I mean, we're already getting paid on the clock, Thorgan. We might as well stop and chat to these guys before we go.
I guess I'll follow you.
They said we need to get clothing.
Oh, you're gonna ask them for black clothes?
You guys tailors?
The orc just kind of crosses her arms and looks you up and down. Looks like she's judging whether she could take you in a fight. The elf also looks you up and down and says, look, guys, I'm not really the talkative one of our group, but our moneymaker's out sick today. So I'll give you whatever you just asked for. You just gotta do a job for us first, you know?
You want us to work for clothes?
Yeah. Look, it's nothing much, man, okay? We just need you to transport some wine from our warehouse to, our bar. And we just want some security to be with it because we've had some issues recently and the city's kind of getting a lot right now.
Hectic these days.
As y'all are talking to him, someone runs up. It's a dwarf woman, and she runs up and she's holding a tiny little lute in her hands. And she says, oh my gosh, it's Davil and Zaraj of the Doom Raiders. I am your biggest fans. Please, would you both sign my lute? Huel, you recognize the Doom Raiders as one of the groups that Galanis was looking into. This is the lead singer and the drummer of the Doom Raiders. They both sign it, and then they hand it back to her. Davil says, always nice to meet a fan. And she says, are you going to play here at the Yawning Portal? And he says, we only play shows at our bar, the Beer Golem. And she runs off and excitedly talks to her friends. And the man says to you, so are you guys gonna do this job and then we'll give you clothes?
So what are you, just a bunch of bards?
Well, I'm the best bard in the group. Old Zaraj here, she's better with a bow than she is at the drums. And he laughs a little bit and Zaraj rolls her eyes and she says, Zaraj has beating heart of hunter and beats drums.
I'll show him I have a lute. I play the lute myself if you ever need a stand-in, you know? But you were talking about this job. You're saying a quick job?
Yeah, man. It's going to be a quick job. Look, there's a bar called the Beer Golem. You travel about 5 blocks north of that. There's going to be a warehouse. One of our other buddies, Schemo, he's a goblin. He'll be there. He's our warehouse manager. He'll just give you a crate of wine. You transport it back to the Beer Golem. And we'll give you what was it that you're looking for?
Black clothes for me and my buddy here. I'll pat him.
Oh, yeah, and he smiles, and it's actually a very kind smile. It's even in his eyes, and he says, yeah, We got black clothes. We're gonna go back to Blinken while y'all decide what to do.
I'll grab like another cheap drink really quick.
Blinken, you are in the El Torchel Villa library. You are doing research on the Castellanters. You've learned the location of their house. Maybe you could find something out about how it's been built. You could look into the history of their finances, or you could tell me something you were thinking of looking at.
The interesting thing probably maybe is how that child died.
As Philando Castellanter. So he is the firstborn of Victoro and Amala Castellanter. Osvaldo was born shortly after Victoro and Amala originally had some troubles combining their families' businesses, getting their various holdings and imports and exports to work together. And as such, they were going through a very difficult time financially, but they were overjoyed to welcome their firstborn son, Osvaldo, into the world. A few years after that, when Osvaldo was 4, they gave birth to twins, Terenzio and Elzarina. 5 years after that, on the day of his 10th birthday, he very suddenly got sick and died. The Castellanters were very distraught. After this, the Castellanters were rarely seen in public life again, choosing to focus on their 2 remaining children and on their business. Reading a newspaper article from the time, you can say, there was no reporting from the family of any health problems with Osvaldo before this tragic news struck. It appears that even the nobles can be struck by random tragedy. Since Osvaldo died, the Castellanters have been able to turn their holdings around, reclaiming their spot as the top noble family of Waterdeep. Osvaldo, Terenzio, and Elzarina all attended the same school, and for right now, I'm going to call that El Torchel Academy. Is there anything else you would like to research in this library?
Probably, one more thing, probably obviously getting research about the Golden Dragon Aranax and see if I could get some ideas of, because I don't know who they are. Maybe he had some enemies or something that stole his eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little bit of research on that.
So, Aranax was an adult gold dragon, about 160 years old, when he made his way to Waterdeep. He was one of the very few dragons that were welcome in Waterdeep after the dragon Agahiron's dragon ward went around the city. It is thought that he was able to get into the city because he was old friends with the Never Ember family, and the open lord of Waterdeep at the time was a man named Dagult Never Ember. It is rumored that all around the city there are people that are dragons in disguise, people that have been let into the city under previous open lords. Some speculate that the dragons secretly control the city. Other people just live in wonder that at any moment they could be walking past a person who is actually a dragon. Since Aranax went missing 20 years ago, rumors have spread about what happened to him, but a lot has come to light of what he used to do when he was in the city. He walked around as a dwarf named Barak Clanghammer. It is said that in his dragon form, he protected the gold of Waterdeep, keeping watch over the various minting houses and keeping watch over Waterdeep's gold reserves during times of crisis or when the city was under attack. He was good friends with a few adventurers, and he was known to set out to help people that really needed the help. He was very good friends with Tyrion the monk and Meryl the dragon mage. So Aranax would have been about 150 at the point that or 180 at the point that he disappeared. You can read about Aranax and his adventures and a lot of his companions in things such as Waterdeep in the North, The God Catcher, written by a bard named Aaron Evans, or The Hall of Heroes, written by a bard named Ed Greenwood. Aranax used to live in the Dragon Tower, which is in the Sea Ward of Waterdeep. It is a wizard's tower located on the street of the Singing Dolphin. It was owned by Meryl the Dragon Mage. Being in El Torchel Villa, you are actually in the Sea Ward. If you wanted to, you could go and see the Dragon Tower.
Yeah, I could probably swing by there and check it out.
Okay. As you walk up to it, it is going to be close to the edge of Waterdeep. Right next to the city wall, there is a very tall tower that reaches up over the wall and would have a great view of the ocean outside. You notice that the bridge leading up to this tower is blocked off, and there are members of the City Watch standing outside of it with their little copper badges and a big sign that says, "No one is permitted to enter Dragon Tower. Beware. Many creatures are within, and there are rumors from Elminster himself that there are wraiths all over the tower. Do not go in to Dragon Tower."
Okay, I'll take note of that. All right. I think at that point I have a lot of information. I'll probably head back to see what the other guys are up to.
You're racking your mind over all this research you did. Seeing Dragon Tower, it reminded you of when you were a kid and you saw Aranax himself leap out of that tower during the Founders' Day parade. The way that his golden scales shone in the fireworks and all the lamplight, it was magical to you as a kid. You walk back into the Yawning Portal and you notice that dwarf from earlier and your friend Huel are sitting at the bar arguing about what they're going to do next.
We go move this luggage. Easy peasy. We get the black clothes. Then we go do the Castellan job. Why are you trying to fight with me, Thorgan? You want to fight?
Oh, what's going on? What are we doing? What?
I grab a stool, like he picks up with his foot, like they throw it up in the air and they catch it. He's like, blinking, hey! He grabs him by the shoulder. He's like, what's up, man?
Castellander's pretty fucked up. But besides the point, what do you all have? What are the wizard jobs that you're doing? What's going on here?
The Ruby Balrots are asking us to do some protest for some rations. The Castellander's asked us to do a protection job at a museum.
That might be intriguing.
And then finally, the couple over there.
The guy that's wearing mascara.
Yeah, him. He said they give us some black clothes if we just deliver some wine, I think they said.
My question is, why can't we just go to a tailor? Not saying I want to help the boy band, but
It gets us in with the Doom Raiders.
the who haters?
The Doom Raiders. You get too much to drink, Thorgan. There's
Hold on.
somebody around with a stool in his hand.
Do they actually raid tombs? I don't get it. What is this?
No. He's saying doom, as in
Like
Yeah.
doomsday?
yeah, like doomsday.
You deal with that. I mean, if you need any help, I could come with. I don't know if you need help.
I mean, you all make some gold.
Why not?
Yeah, but we're offered trade gold to go help bodyguard the museum.
You all right?
No, I'm having a stroke. They want us to guard the museum from now to midnight. 3 gold plus a free night at the inn.
All right.
And these weirdos want us to deliver wine from their warehouse to the bar. Oh, to our bar. Their bar.
Their bar. Okay.
Their bar.
Yeah, deliver the wine to a Schemo,
Yeah,
Hmm.
he
Goblin.
is a member of their band at their warehouse. You're gonna pick it up and take it to their bar called the Beer Golem.
And they'll give us some black clothes. So we want to go to the tailor. And hopefully they're not, I point to Davil. And I say, hopefully they're not his clothing.
Yeah, I don't want his pants.
Like the skin tight clothes.
They are tight black leather pants.
Perfect.
I don't think I'd look at that.
He skips leg day.
Pretty scrawny.
And then the Wooby Webbits, that frog guy, right? He wanted us to help protest at the museum.
Are we guarding for this protest?
I know it's a protest, it's not too wild, but
No, I've seen some protests get fucking hairy.
yeah, I was gonna say we should stick together, whatever we do. We just deliver the wine quick.
Yeah,
Go to the museum.
maybe we can skim some wine off the top.
Yeah, maybe one of the barrels fell and cracked open on the street.
I guess I'll be okay with that.
If we're doing security for the museum, we might as well figure out who tried to rob it last night.
Quite. Yes. Yes.
I mean, if we're there, we might as well.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some information about that. I'd look at it, Huel.
Okay, so y'all leave the Yawning Portal and you make your way over to the southern ward. The Doom Raiders tell you that their bar is near Kolot Towers. You get there, you find their bar, and you walk up, like you said, about 5 blocks up to the Street of Smiths. When you get there, you're at a warehouse, and the warehouse says Beer Golem Warehouse on a sign painted in black and white outside. There's a goblin who has a lot of piercings in his ear and some black makeup underneath his eyes. But even with that black makeup, you could tell he looks really, really tired. This is Schemo Weird Bottle.
So we talk to this fellow or what?
Yeah, I walk up, I give him the nod, but like, Zahara sent us. We're here for the wine.
He says, "Oh, good. The beer golem ran out of wine last night. I drank it all. Here's your cart. Walk 5 blocks south. You'll see a lot of signs for it. There are even some boards with paintings of me and my buddies on it." He says, "When you get there, there's going to be a dwarf at the bar named Istrid. She'll be able to get you whatever you agreed to." And he brings out a little cart. It's one of those, it's got 2 wheels in the middle and it's got a handle. So you kind of like pick it up and you're able to just pull it along. In the back are 4 crates of wine that have 8 bottles of wine each. They are all of various mixes and they range from cheap to decent. None of them good.
Let's drop it down, make sure it's all in there.
All right, so you are in the southern ward of Waterdeep, named after the southern family of nobles. Dust and mud cover the streets here, and most of the buildings here are old. There are a bunch of multi-story tenements with shops or businesses on the ground floor. There are many people moving in and out of this ward. It's very, very busy. You notice that traffic is less directed here. There are not many members of the Street Directors Guild here. You also notice that there are less members of the City Watch than normal. Did y'all want to do anything with this cart while you are walking down the high road?
Well, I was kind of just looking at it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's first off decide he's pulling it.
Huel, yeah, he's definitely the halfling.
The halfling? Okay.
He played the cart across town before.
With Huel pulling the cart, I'm going to be sitting on it, eyeing the wine.
This one has square wheels this time.
Huel, as you are pulling on the cart, Destry's raven lands upon your head and says, pull faster, make a delivery, get gold. Move fast enough, you have time for another delivery. Make more gold.
True, bird.
Faster.
His hair's like getting in his face and he like pulls it back. As he does, he's like, yeah, sure, get out of here.
Y'all walk further and further down the street and you get closer to Colat Towers. Blinken, you're just on a tour of Waterdeep's wizard towers today. Colat Towers is strange and mysterious. A few years ago, it was found out that the evil wizard Manshun had been living in these towers for many years. You don't remember who, but some group of adventurers got rid of him. Anyway, you know that the beer golem is very close by to these towers. Alright, so you cut through an alleyway, and you make your way over to a bar called the Beer Golem. And you notice outside of it, there are wooden boards that have painted on it the image of Davil Starsong, Zaraj the Hunter, Schema Weird Bottle, and a woman named Istrid Horn. It appears to be a little bit of an old painting, and getting close you can see that the details are on Zaraj's face. She looks a lot younger than she did at the bar. And you see underneath it, it says, Legendary Heroes, Legendary Musicians.
Oh, shall we?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming we had to deliver the beer, so...
You open the door, the bar is closed. You notice that half of the chairs around the tables here have been put up back on the table like they do at restaurants when they close. The other half of the chairs are just thrown about the bar. Some of them are on their backs on the floor. Some of them have been broken. You see that in one corner of the bar, there's the actual bar where they make drinks. But the other corner of the bar, there is a very big stage. On it is a couple of lutes and a set of drums and a piano that appears to be built into the stage. At the bar, there is a dwarven woman who looks a little bit sick, and she says, "Oi, are you the ones that Davil sent with our wine?"
I'm going to insight.
All right. Before I say that, yeah.
Go ahead and roll that insight. Oh,
I did.
10?
It's a 10.
I'm looking in fascination. I like the stage as I'm walking in. But yeah, Skimo sent us. And can I like help him with that insight? Can he roll again if I'm like helping him like look around?
Yeah, he'll go ahead and roll one. Okay, with that, when you mention Schemo, you see her grimace and say, well, at least he showed up for work today.
Kind of get like blinking in, Thorgan the look like it seems to be good. Kind of keep an eye out, if that makes sense.
Well, you're saying this man doesn't do his job?
She says, "Oh, what? Do you not read the rumors and trades around? Schemo hasn't played a show with us in years."
I'd be lying if I said I read that.
She said, "Look, what did Davil say that he would give you for these?"
He told us a gold each, and he would supply us with a pair of black clothes.
All 3 of us.
Yeah, all 3. And I'm going to hold up 4 fingers.
Thor drunk.
No, all 3.
Thor drunk, roll a deception check.
I'm gonna be on the stage playing like the lute. Can I bardically inspire him?
Yeah.
Give him the D6.
Yeah.
I'm just testing the instrument, like da da da. And I cast it stealthily, like
1d6.
11.
She says, he's always promising odd things. Okay. And she dips behind the bar, and you hear the sound of some coins ruffling. You hear the sound of a lot of coins rustling around in a bag, actually. And then she pulls out 3 gold coins and slides them across the table to you and says, ooh. And she turns around and she starts opening up some cabinets, and she pulls out this wooden crate. And inside the wooden crate are a bunch of black leather pants and black shirts that have hand sewn onto them the Doom Raiders. She says, yeah, we have some of our merch still here. Would this be acceptable?
We were kind of hoping for just like plain black clothing, like like
So many with
linens.
She takes that cloth shirt and she pulls it inside out.
A deal's a deal, right? So
Real quick, Huel, when you start playing your little loot up there, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
he was going to get us busted.
Oh no, the not one. That's crazy.
No, really? Wait, are you a halfling? Can you re-roll?
Oh, yeah, you got luck. if you're
Halflings
halfling.
can reroll ones. Halfling luck, yeah.
It sounds really trash at first.
Yeah, your first note is like sharp, like really sharp.
Yeah, that don't. I roll again. It's no. What the hell?
But I mean, hey, it's +6. You don't do your best.
No.
You're a little bit rusty. You play out a little tune, and you notice that as you do that,
Istrid hums along in perfect matching to you. She's not only like humming in the same notes as you, she's actually going with you. Like she seems to understand the music so much that she can predict your next note and know where you're going with your melody. It's very charming and pleasant.
Oh, he plays before a little bit, not just for the bar, but he keeps playing through the tune.
And she gets lost in her thought and she says, Oh, I'm sorry about that, boys. Here's your gold. Here's your black clothes. And hey, man, if you ever want to come by, we do open mics. We love musicians around here. There aren't enough these days.
Were you singing a tune?
yeah, one of our old hits. Actually, our oldest hit, the one that made us famous. Would you like to hear the rest of it?
You don't forget that we have a job we have to go do.
I kick the stool over to him so like he sits down and I'll sit down.
She uncorks one of the bottles of wine and just slides it across the table to you and says, Hey, there you go. Enjoy that too. And she steps up on stage and she goes up next to the drum kit and she taps it 4 times, finding her rhythm, and she begins singing. She is the backup singer for the Doom Raiders. And she says, For I have a painting, a perfect one of you. My fair lady, count me as well. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm your quill. And she starts banging her head up and down on the stage, singing their hit single, Lady Maria. Okay, she's going to roll a performance check. I feel like she should have to do that.
Yeah. He's cheering afterwards, like he's loving it.
Just like clapping time, with the beat. Like,
So she sings through the whole song and she gets to the bridge and she stops like singing for the performance and she starts really singing from her heart. And you can tell that these next words mean a lot to her. She says, Make it count when I'm the one that's selling you out. 'Cause it feels like stealing. I'm drawing your name from the crowd. And that looks like it has a lot of personal meaning to her. She kind of like sings it and belts it out, almost like she's yelling it, but she's still maintaining these notes with this beautiful voice.
So, you'll Lincoln.
yeah.
I feel like maybe after we do this job at the museum, come back here and have a few drinks. See if they need some muscle when the bar opens.
Well, yeah.
For sure. We'll have some, not to say leeway, but some, they'll know who we are when we come back,
Yeah, I mean, we already did a job for them. We can tolerate the singing.
I will cheers to more drinks and I'll cheers them quick and I'll finish mine.
The more drinks!
As y'all leave this bar and begin making your way north up the Way of the Dragon, someone comes running out of an alleyway next to the beer golem. It is a very tall, male half-orc with a pale green skin, comes running up to you. And they're wearing ratty, tatted clothes. They have an eye patch over one of their eyes. And they say, hey, fellas, I was wondering if y'all wanted to buy any of that silk root powder.
No.
Oh, I'm new to this part, so I don't know all the new lingo, booger sugar and
This is some fine silk root powder. I could sell you, a baggie worth of it for about a gold piece, or you could do a little job for me.
Hmm.
It would take a few hours, though.
How much you want for it?
1 gold for a baggie,
How big's the baggie?
quarter ounce.
How many bags you got?
It's just, I have 3 ounces on me.
So you got a lot. Okay. I'm only looking to buy five drugs. 5 silk root powder.
5 drugs.
I would like 5 drugs, please, Mr. Drug Dealer, sir. He goes, and hey, if you're down to party, let me tell you what, me and my crew, we got a really good job lined up for the night. Could I use you for the rest of the day? It would be 5 gold for 5 drugs.
Oh yeah, I'm weighing like I'm getting the 5 pieces he's here.
So he hands you 1 and 1/4 ounces of silk root powder. Street value 5 gold.
Thank you for your business, my friend.
I think it just lets out a loud sigh and be like, whatever.
I put it away. And
Okay.
for that job, friend, I can't just agree outright. What's a prior engagement? We have prior engagement.
Look, me and my crew will pay better than any of your prior engagements, but job's pretty dangerous.
Who's your group?
Well, me and my 3 new friends here. And he points to the 3 of you.
I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah, it was nice doing business. If I'll come back, do we have other engagements? Like I said, you can see we're all matching, dressed in black clothing here.
Real quick, Kuehl, as you walk away, Blaken doesn't see this because he's turning away, and Throm doesn't see this because he's checking his corners and everything. But Huel, you see this half-orc man look over to the entrance of the beer golem, where Istrid Orn is standing in the doorway, and they exchange a brief look, and the orc shrugs its shoulders, and Istrid rolls her eyes and goes back into the bar. Thordrun, what did you want to do?
Look, all I want to know, a little bit of information regarding the job. It's simple.
All right.
Yes or no will be
All right.
provided.
There's a warehouse in the Dockswood that I want burned to the ground. Would you be down to help me with that?
I've only got one question. Who owns it?
It's a fisherman. He owes me 15 gold pieces. I aim to get my gold pieces back in a different way.
So did you just say burn down a warehouse?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we just
burn down
break
the
one of
warehouse.
his legs and then get the gold off of him? Why do you have to burn down his belt? I mean, because I was still like leaving. I'm coming back listening now. Sorry.
Yeah, real back in.
Yeah, I see.
I've been down on farms for less, but here's the point. That leaves permanent damage. If
That's the point. Permanent damage.
and it draws more attention, break his knees.
Well, breaking
all
his knees, it would be clear someone assaulted him. Burning down a warehouse in the Dockswood, hey, that's just a street lamp that broke. Caught something on fire, you know what I'm saying? Happens all the time.
So tell us where this warehouse is. By midnight, we'll meet you back in the inn here.
And
Warehouse
then
will
you'll
be
do
burnt down,
You'll see the smoke from the sky.
and we'll collect payment there. But we do it our way.
He says, Huel, you see him look around first to his left and then to his right, back in the direction of the beer golem. And he says, yeah, you know what? It's cleaner that way. Yeah, I'm just going to give you an address. And I expect that address will be nothing but a pile of ash by sunrise.
Mark it down here on this this map here. I'll show him like the map of the city.
All right.
That's
He marks,
one. Like,
he marks an area in the Dockswood.
make sure it's the right
on-
building because I don't want to burn down the wrong building and then.
Right.
It is on Odd Street. I will take us back there when the time is right. Okay. So
So
says, meet me at sunrise, and I'll give you your payment. 5 gold pieces each.
what can we call you?
You can call me Shadow Man.
Sorry, you say shower man.
Shadow Man. Hey guys, this person just rolled a deception check and got a 1. So they are very clearly lying about their name. But you get the sense that they're lying about a lot more than that.
I believe his birth name is Shadow Man. It's very common in where I come from.
I'm gonna put my hand out. Mole.
What?
Mole.
Is that your name?
That's what you can call me.
He goes, Mole, nice to meet you. I'm Shadow Man.
Not mole. Mole.
Mole.
No, mole.
Mole.
Mole, you deaf fuck.
When you yell at them, the person gets angry and says, "You will not yell at Zara at Shadow Man."
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
They said, "You will not yell at Zara," and then they caught themselves and said, "At Shadow Man."
Zara. That's a name. It's a unique name. Nice to meet you, Zara.
Do you say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
They look a little bit concerned. You remember that the female orc with gray skin you met earlier was named Zaraj.
When we're done that, you put in a good work to Zavria, Zaji, Davil. That's his name, Davil. Put in a good word for Davil for us.
They kind of wrinkle their nose at you and they look a little bit concerned and they nod their head.
Oh, we'll see you at the inn tonight.
Yeah, you'll be seeing me.
Gonna catch up to the boys. Oh, I just pissed him off.
I heard you yelling mole like 5 times.
No, it's mole.
Mole?
Like my mole.
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 Yeah, like a mole. Like
Like a
I'm gonna
mole.
grab
Yeah.
this mole and hit you in the yeah.
All right. Y'all are walking up the streets, up the high road, making your way to the Sea Ward till El Torchel Villa Museum. You are in some leather pants that are a little bit tight, but all black, and shirts that are equally tight, but all black. Blinken, you have fun remembering that you've walked basically up and down the entirety of the city in one day. All right, y'all arrive at El Torchel Villa Museum, and you see standing outside is that butler that you met in the Yawning Portal. His name was Milton, and he says, "Ah, yes, our new recruits for the security team. Thank you for showing up in all black. Fantastic. I love people that can follow directions." He says, so your job is to simply stand outside the museum and keep any riffraff or ruffians away. We are closing the museum permanently to anyone except those of noble blood. It's simply too much of a security risk to let in the common people.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone gets a levy or, tries to cause a ruckus, you want us just to beat them?
Oh, absolutely. Get them off of El Torture Villa property. This is noble land, not just public.
So, what would be considered too far? Like this? And I pull out my hand axe. Or like this, and I'm gonna wrench the blade off the axe head so I have a club.
When you pick up the axe, he raises the eyebrows. When you take the axe head off and it's just a club, he starts nodding his head. Dismemberment, disembowelment, or death, I do believe, would be a step too far.
Okay, so bludgeoning though.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, but the goal is not to knock them out and have them sleeping on our property. The goal is to hurt them so that they leave our property, yes? Do understand, boys, I'm not here to micromanage you or tell you how to do your jobs. Keep riffraff completely away from El Torchel Villa, because that's what this entire block is. It's El Torchel Villa. It has a mansion, it has the university, it has the museum.
Yeah, let's say somebody walks up and they start acting rowdy. Do we
he would want us to bludgeon him, scare him off.
I do like the motion of like the neck breaking.
No,
It's like the sound.
He said he don't want them dead. He want them hurt. He wants to send a message. Don't fuck around with the museum.
I'll break his legs. Yeah, get him out of here. Yep.
I'm gonna hand you one of my axes and make sure the head is taken off so you have a club.
I have like 5 daggers. I don't know if I'd still have them on me.
Inchi would be jealous.
Yeah, I don't know why I gave me the option to take that, but I did.
Okay, so as y'all talk of your various bits of violence that you could do, you notice that he smiles a little bit. He says, "Excellent. I think you boys are exactly what we need here." And he says, "Your relief shift will be here at sundown. Please keep any riffraff away until then." And he begins walking off down the street. How would y'all like to start patrolling the museum grounds?
He told us to protect the end of the street, yeah? So why don't we just protect the end of the street?
We just set up like a perimeter.
Wait,
Yeah,
Like one of us will be like looking over an area, the other 2 maybe walk around.
you know what we should do? So there's a bunch of crates and barrels at the end there, right? Should totally just make a makeshift guard booth. Anyone who comes by, oi, fuck you think you're going?
I like it. I'll start like getting ready to move some barrels and stuff around.
all right. As y'all begin moving barrels and such around, you notice that there are actually a lot of city watch around the museum specifically. There are people coming in and out, and at one point, a big fancy carriage parks in front of the museum, and someone gets out of it. It is a younger, beautiful woman. She pulls up in a fancy cart, and you notice that this cart, it's designed to have a horse in front of it pulling it, but there is no horse pulling it. The wheels on it glow a faint blue color as it parks itself in front of the museum, and this woman gets out. She is dressed in fine clothes and a leather jacket. You notice that on one of her hands is a metal glove, and she has all kinds of belts with various trinkets on them. And she gets out of the cart and she looks at a little notebook and she begins walking right into the museum. And she says, all right, everybody clear out. This is a force gray area only. Get me the head of security. I have many questions for him. And she disappears inside the museum. As y'all continue setting up a perimeter, you start taking notice of various threats, various riffraff. You notice that on the streets around El Torchel Villa, there are many people walking. Some of them are nobles from noble family, some of them are common people. You notice that there's a steady stream of them. But as people are getting out for work for the day, that steady stream kind of increases in volume. What would y'all like to be doing now?
Well, if she was walking past, I'll bump like the other two fellas, like you know in the movies, and like a girl's walking past, it's like you point at them, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, check it out, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd just say take care of the riffraff.
Yeah. There's a family of commoners right here that have started to like gawk at the museum. You hear them say, I hear there was a break-in here last night.
Maul in hand and a lid of a barrel. I'm smashing them together and I'm running at the civvies. Holy fuck off, you! No lasses in the area. Only nobles and guards and hired goons.
The little girl jumps into her mother's arms, screaming, and she looks very scared. And the mother and daughter walk away. The man eyes you a little bit and then begins to walk away himself.
That's a good lad.
I'll just be telling like people walking by who are looking like, move along, you know what I mean? Just keeping a watch everywhere.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'll just patrol up and down the street and, kind of keep an eye on, be like, no, stay away from here,
Okay. Y'all kind of have to do that more and more as more people get off of work and start walking through the city. As there are more and more people, every once in a while you see again, people stop to gawk at all the City Watch officials outside the museum, at all the City Watch carts parked on the road. People are looking at scrolls that have the daily news written on them, and they're pointing at the museum. What's your tactic for dealing with this larger volume of people?
We'll set up like a perimeter, like not a perimeter, but like a line. I imagine, like all three of us. Like, hey, so you gotta move along. I got the club that he gave me, the axe handle.
Roll an intimidation check. If y'all do it as a group, you can roll with advantage. Yeah, roll intimidation, and whoever gets the highest.
No, that's the second one. This game is a scam.
Yeah, man, you're so intimidating.
Don't forget, you can buy the clean spire.
That's not gonna help. I'm gonna conspire somebody else though.
Wait, I don't see your roll. Oh, there we go.
It's a 1.
No, Blinken got a 16. So, add to his.
I'll barter inspire Blinken as like.
All right, so D6, right?
Yeah, you can roll it.
21.
So now 20.
Blaken, how would you like to scare away this larger group of spectators?
I would probably, give him a mean look, be like, away from you, from this place, and then make up some weird story about the burnt mark on my hand. This is what happens when you mess with us.
Yeah.
And the crowd kind of disperses, except you notice there are a few people who don't move at all. A few people wearing red bandanas around their faces, and they begin walking forward. And one of them is a turtle, a massive humanoid turtle-looking creature, and he has a big booming voice, and he says, "The people of Waterdeep fund the nobles with their hard work, with their days, years, lives spent in the field. And what do the nobles do with it? They cut us off from our history. They cut us off from our art. They cut us off from our own education because they think that they are better than us. But I say no more. Rise up, rabbits." And after he says that, everyone wearing a red scarf says, "Don't let the wolves feast." What do y'all do about this protest from the Ruby Rabbits?
Maybe if you all didn't take to destroying the histories, murdering gods, claiming to be all for the people, blah, blah, blah. Fuck, my throat's getting fucked up.
Yeah, it's hard to do that voice for a while, ain't it?
Then, wouldn't have to hire guards to keep you fuckers out. So, fuck off, clear the way, nobles are coming, let us do our jobs, go do yours.
When you pick the argument with him, actually roll a perception check. 4. All right, so he just responds to you, and he says, and of course, the hired goons of these nobles, of course, look down their noses at the normal people. Anything bad that happens in the city, of course, it's the fault of every single common person who must be collectively punished. But I ask you, and he turns to the people in the crowd and he says, if they are to judge us collectively, what is our collective judgment of them? What do the nobles bring to this city? What could we do if they didn't have their boots upon our necks? And you see some people in the crowd go, yeah, yeah. And then some of the nobles in the crowd are like offended and gasp. Y'all are kind of losing control of this here. What do you want to do?
So you're telling me that you lot have the brains to organize all the trades, sea routes, guard shifts, planning of the city structures, setting up all the outer walls and defenses, diplomacy with other nations, and on top of that, also keeping all the riffraff out of the city like the monsters. You're all so full of shite. Just go home. You're wasting your time.
Anybody else want to say something?
Why don't you all have a debate in the bar down the road? But just keep it out of here. We don't need a ruckus around this place.
Go protest to the lords. Make them change their ways. We're doing our job. We don't come to your place to tell you to do your job.
You claim that you're doing this for it is your job. You've been bribed by the nobles to turn against your own people, your own class. Well, you do this for gold, but I am doing my job, and I'm paid in another way. Dignity. Dignity for the common people of Waterdeep. Dignity for the people that make an existence outside of its walls and in its sewers. You say that we need the nobles. We need them for trade, we need them for agriculture, we need them for diplomacy. I say that that is mere groveling at their feet. What do the nobles do when they want agriculture? They go and they pay peasants for it. What do they do when they want a building built? They go and they pay the common people for it. You say we can't survive without the nobles. I say the nobles can't survive without us. And people in the crowd go, yeah, yeah. And you see people with the red bandanas go, rise up, rabbits. Rise up, rabbits.
Oh, sure. Hate on the nobles. Not like getting paid doesn't help any peasants. Oh no, we're going to starve for the winter because we can't afford farming supplies.
That doesn't help. Shut up.
Does anybody else want to roll an insight check on this person?
Yeah, I could.
I will. Or could I give them advantage on it? Like help them? I'm squinting.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on their side on this one. Like, normally I'd be at the gate, fuck the nobles, but
Yeah, but this is not the time of the play. Shut up. Yeah.
Hey, we're on the job.
No, I'm just saying between us. No, I'm whispering.
18.
Okay, Blinken, with your 18, you can tell that this person wants the argument. He wants someone to argue against so that he can dominate that person rhetorically and get the crowd on his side.
Yeah, he wants to argue. We need to squash this now.
Oh, so just ignore him.
Yeah, that's a good thing. If he keeps talking, we'll just sit there with a stone face.
Oh, I can do that. I'm gonna take a piece of my shirt at the bottom, rip off a little bit, rip that in half, twirl it, and stick it in my ears. Make makeshift earplugs. Blinken! You think this will work?
I talk to him and say, I don't know, does it? Kind of loud.
What?
Looks like it'll work. I look at the guy, the turtle, with a stoic face first, see what else he's spewing about.
He turns back to the crowd and he says, everything in that museum was funded by taxes paid by the common people, and they want to keep us from it. I say no. History is for everyone. Let's go in there and see our history. And they begin walking towards the museum. Everybody in a red bandana. What do y'all do?
How big's this crowd? Is it like a big enough thing where I could sneak inside while they're walking?
There are 6 members of the Ruby Rabbits present, and then there are about 15 common people gathered around them enjoying the spectacle.
What I was thinking of is I want to roll stealth and sneak into the crowd while they're marching towards the museum. And then I'm going to fucking do something stupid, like smack him in the ass with a sword and make sure his pants fall off type of thing. So that people look at what's going on and see if I could drop the morale that way. Humiliation.
Okay. Are you trying to do any damage with this sword?
No, I'm just basically doing it as a, threat type thing and dropping his pants while I sneak away.
Okay. Also, remember, Brax, you have one of their bandanas in your personal possession.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Lincoln, as you try to sneak in and do this, I'm gonna say you need to roll a sleight of hand check instead of an attack.
I'm not worried about like the people trying to shoot them back, like get them keep me out of the museum.
Ooh,
18.
should an 18.
Okay, so with that, you successfully cut the rope that he is using to hold up his pants, and they fall down around his waist. He's wearing like a loincloth underneath that, and let me roll for dick size real quick. No, I'm not going to do that. He turns around, and he is embarrassed, and he is angry, and you see he kind of gets tense, and his shoulders come up. His neck seems to retract a bit into his shell, and he opens up his jaw, and he looks like he's retracting. What do you do?
At that point, when he does that, like I would personally put my blade sideways and just smack him in the ass and say, "Get out of here before I hurt you."
Still not trying to do damage?
I'm just trying to prove a point that I don't have to hurt him to hurt him.
So when you reach up to do it again, he's had it. He's hit his limit. His like neck is back in his shell, and like he's shaking. There's so much tension in his muscles, and his eyes have gone wide, and his jaw is wide open. Just as soon as you hit him on the ass, his neck snaps forward, and his mouth bites down, and you hear this loud, and the air around you almost seems to pop and vibrate as he just snapped in your direction. He stopped a few inches short of your face. You could feel the air get pushed aside by how fast he moved. And for a moment, you're a little bit scared of how fast and how powerful that seemed to be. He's going to roll an intimidation check. He got a nat 20. So you are terrified by that. What do you do?
I'm going to see him snap at my colleague, and I'm going to bonk him.
What do you mean by bonk him?
I mean, I'm going to, run on over there, jump, raise my hammer, and bonk him.
So you're gonna attack him?
I'm going to hit him right in the head.
All right, real quick, Blinken, what do you do as he scares you?
I'll step back a couple of feet and says, "Do that again, and maybe you won't have a dick."
That's just not right.
So everyone was going for a bonk on somebody. Did he bonk him?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
And enlarge him. I'm gonna enlarge Brogan.
Okay.
That's funny.
I willingly fail the save.
I know he's not doing damage, but like he has advantage on the check. The strength or whatever.
Oh, so you let him enlarge you, Brax?
Yes, I let him enlarge me.
All right, so you're about the same size as this turtle now. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Right, so I enlarge, I
Mhm.
rage. I'm going to recklessly swing my maul at his head.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
22.
Motherfucker, I didn't think y'all be attacking this guy this early. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, I'm just bringing the hammer down on his head.
Are you doing this non-lethally, or are you killing him?
Oh, I ain't killing him
Okay.
yet.
Hell yeah.
17.
God,
Slash
fuck.
roll.
You're
21.
What the fuck? Did you min-max for strength?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Of course.
I am a little bit of a strength monkey. Yeah.
Of course he did.
So I crack him over the head for 21 damage.
Okay.
Brax, with what happens next, I promise you I'm not bullshitting you. This was all written down. First of all, you hit him. At the very last moment, though, he is able to turn and make sure that you hit his shell instead of him. And instead of doing 21 damage, you do 11 damage. This is Thromstroker Cause, the turtle leader of the Ruby Rabbits and a level 10 fighter. But because of his hard shell, for the purposes of combat, Thromstroker Cause is considered sturdy, meaning you have to do above 10 damage to damage him at all.
So I did more than 10 damage.
Yes, you did 11 damage total.
Right,
Okay.
let that be a lesson to the lie. Fuck off now.
All right. You hit him really hard. You hear the crack as your maul hits his shell. You see him stumble under the weight of your enlarged blow, and he looks around and he looks hurt and he looks surprised that you were able to hurt him. And you see him begin to tense up again, and this rage comes into his eyes as he looks ready to fight you. And then members of the City Watch step forward to back you up, noticing that a fight has broken out. And Thromstroker looks around and he looks at his rabbits around him, who all look terrified, and he acknowledges that he has lost whatever ground he had made here with the people of Waterdeep. He has lost it, and he is going to take his rabbits and he is going to run east out of the Sea Ward. They don't chant anything as they run away, and the crowd kind of shrugs their shoulders. Just a bunch of upstarts yelling nonsense, I guess.
All right, I'm going to end my rage.
Okay.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
You almost got your face bit off, though. The hell teach you to go near a snapper?
Yeah, well, his dick was hanging.
You could have kicked him.
All right. Each faction is going to be your rank within that faction is going to be determined on a scale of -3 to +3. You know, at -3, you're mortal enemies. At +3, you're best friends. At +1, they know you, they like you. At -1, they know you and they don't like you. You three currently have -1 renown with the Ruby Rabbits. Okay. The rest of the day, y'all are able to shoo people away and keep them out of El Torchal Museum. That lady with the gauntlet and the self-driving cart come out. She has a notebook, and you can see that she has filled her page up with notes. She's saying to an assistant that's walking by her, "Okay, the Murkmire stone was robbed. It appears a lot of stuff from the basement has gone missing, as well as everything from the cash tills. What I believe the problem here is the magic powder they are using to lock the doors. Perhaps we could go back to the lab and make something a bit more advanced to distribute across all of Waterdeep." And she walks past the three of you. Huel and Blinken, you would know that she is talking about the break-in y'all did last night. Do you say anything to her?
I just nod. Like, you know.
I nod too. I don't say a word.
Yep, I just nod.
My jaw's on the floor.
Yeah, she's strikingly beautiful, like incredibly beautiful. And you notice that, unlike a noble, she actually returns your nod and gives you a polite smile. She gets in her cart and it begins driving itself away as those wheels glow a light blue. Towards sundown, Milton comes back to the museum with 3 other people dressed in all black, and he says, well, boys, I heard that there was a bit of riffraff out here, but that you guys took to it and managed to clear it all out. The investigation into the museum robbery is going very smooth, and I want to thank the 3 of you for showing up and doing an honest day's work. It's so hard to find good help these days. And he hands each of you 3 gold coins.
Nice.
You all have +1 renown with the Castellanters.
And you paid for our rooms at the bar, yeah, for the night.
Yes, I paid for 1 room tonight for the Yawning Portal. It is reserved under the name Milton.
Cheers!
Don't spend it all in one place, boys. And he informs the new guards what they're going to be doing tonight, and he wishes y'all on your way. Being done with your job at El Torchal Villa, what do you do now?
I say we hit the ball, change back into our, clothes, and got ourselves a warehouse to fuck with.
Yeah.
Gonna be a busy night, lads. Let's do it.
How much gold was that? 5?
The orc that was outside of the bar, the beer golem, offered to pay you 5 gold coins each for burning down a fisherman's warehouse. But you know that orc was lying to you.
We're still going to burn it down, though?
Yeah, we're still gonna go burn it down, but we're gonna wear disguises.
Let's go do that quick. I mean, we're still in the black clothing.
So let's go spend a dragon each. Go hit the tailor, grab some red clothes. I got a plan. So we're gonna go to a tailor's and grab some red clothes.
Fantastic.
Just commoner clothes, but red.
We talking red pants and a red shirt?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Red pants, red shirt.
I'm dressed like a tiny Ryu from Street Fighter.
Okay.
There we go. Is anybody doing an all red cloak?
I will.
I'm gonna make sure that we have cloth scrap, like red cloth scrap, that we can use as masks. So let's go on down to the dock. It's getting dark out.
So y'all start to enter the dock ward. You notice as soon as you cross from the trades ward where the Yawning Portal is into the dock ward, you could start to smell the scent of fish and the sea air. As you get deeper and deeper into the dock ward, as you pass by Spiderweb Alley and Troll Croc Alley, that a bunch of the street lamps have been destroyed by people throwing rocks at them. You notice that there are homeless people sleeping on the sidewalks here. You notice that there are a bunch of dingy dive bars that people are coming in and out of, and you notice that all across this area there are warehouses. Warehouses and warehouses and warehouses. Some of the warehouses have people working in them. Blinken, you would know that members of your guild are probably here working the night shift to get the fresh imported wood to take back to the guild for people like you to work on. And you continue walking southwest, and you get to the corner of Dock Street and Odd Street. And you see this third warehouse from the corner is the one that the orc asked you to burn down. The street lamp outside of it is broken, so it's really hard to tell anything about it. What would y'all like to do?
The broken street lamp, is there any oil in the area?
It appears that it was broken a long time ago, so there's no oil in this street lamp. But you are in the docks ward. You know, any ship would probably have oil on it. These warehouses have oil.
1 second, let me just double check my item, because I have 2 packs on me. It has 2 flasks of oil in it,
Okay.
and a hooded lantern.
Okay.
So, I'm thinking I got these bottles of oil. Why don't we just, make cocktails out of them and throw them at the warehouse?
We can make a few.
Yeah, I got 2.
I got some oil here. I'll
Fuckers ready to cause an arson.
Before y'all do this, do you want to investigate the warehouse at all?
I would like to just to see what's in there real quick.
to make sure there's no people. We can just drag them out or.
Before we go in,
Okay.
mask up.
Yes.
Like masks
Yeah,
up.
mask on. Fuck mask.
All right, Blinken. These warehouses, they kind of look like old barns. You know, they're all made out of wood. If it ever had paint on it, it's been discolored and peeled off by now. And kind of like a barn, it's got these big doors in the front that you would slide open, and then it's got a window on top, and that window is open and the door is locked. The street lamp outside is broken, so you'd have to get close to it to find out anything about it. The sign outside says Dragon's Fishery and Hatchery Imports.
Wait, Draven.
Dragon.
Oh, I thought it was Draven. Gonna be something.
Blinken, did you bring your dragon spawn with you now that it's nighttime?
Yeah, I would probably bring him, like, keep him close, like, like in, like, somewhere in my pocket or somewhere in my bag or something. Just like.
Okay, it is the size of your whole forearm. Yeah, at first, when you let it out, it wants to, kind of like a cat, jump out of your hands and sniff various things throughout the city. But as you hold on to it, it learns and it stays clinged onto you, and it can crawl kind of all over you. And you notice that it should hurt when its claws dig into you, but it really doesn't, and it doesn't even seem to rip your clothes at all. You and this dragon seem to be a natural fit.
I'm just kind of like letting it, venture on here, and then once I want to get closer here. I want to do like a stealth check. See if there's a window, maybe climb up to the window and see if I can look inside to see if there's anything in there, anybody,
Okay, I need you to roll an athletics check.
All right, let's 17.
17? Okay, you are able to climb up to that window. Does anybody else want to go with them?
Yeah.
So all 3 of you climb into this warehouse, and as you hop over the rail of the window, you recognize that you're on the upper level, where kind of a supervisor would stand and look down at the warehouse below to make sure everything's being moved around in an efficient and productive way. You see that inside of the warehouse, there's only one lamp, and there appear to be a bunch of boxes around. Roll a perception check, all 3 of you. Goddamn.
I wonder if we're landing over to 10.
9.
Maybe I'm exaggerating, but like last few rolls have been tough.
Yeah, they have done. Thorgren, as y'all get inside this warehouse and the air is kind of closed off, you're smelling only the warehouse instead of the entire dock ward. You notice that this place that's supposed to be importing fish, it doesn't smell like fish at all.
What's it smell like?
A warehouse. There's just not a very strong fish smell in here.
This ain't no fisher hut. Don't smell like fish.
Yeah, something's fishy around here.
No, lack thereof, actually.
Oh.
Knowing that information, what do y'all want to do next?
There are barrels downstairs and a lantern, you said?
Barrels, boxes, and 1 lantern. Yes.
Is that lantern lit?
Yes.
Do we hear anyone?
Not at first, but if you wait a minute, you can hear the sounds of some strange footsteps. You wait a second longer, and wobbling into that torchlight comes a kinku, a bird person, specifically a crow person. And it waddles back and forth, and it looks to the left, and it looks to the right, and it turns around the way it came and walks back and forth. And it says, Patrol the warehouse. Patrol the warehouse.
Right. There any papers on
Brax.
the desk up here?
Brax, with that nat 20 perception check, you would notice that the kinku is wearing around its neck a purple bandana with the emblem of a yellow eye sewn into it.
Any of you knew what gang wears purple?
Anastar, I believe.
Is he someone we want to fuck with?
I would probably ask our other buddy, but he's not around.
Blinken, since you're the only resident of this city, you would know of Xanathar. You've heard the rumors of the beholder mobster that runs all crime in Waterdeep. You know that the sewers are his domain. You even know that he personally runs a few of the shadier guilds in town. And there's rumors that he's funding all of the guilds. You hear that anybody that meets Xanathar never lives to tell the tale about it.
Yeah, I'll relay. Yeah, he's pretty shady. I don't think we should fuck with him.
We're being paid 5 gold each.
You know what? Yeah, I understand that, but
Like, we need the money. Well, I do. Like, hey, if you got a bad feeling about this, I'll respect it. We can leave. But no one knows we're here. No one sees our faces. All we have to do, lock this window when we leave, molly the warehouse, and run. We can leave the bandana, have it, like, caught by a piece of glass or something. You know, make it look like someone else did it, throw them off our tracks, and, we don't have to fuck with them again after. You know, one-time thing.
Say you heal. What do you think?
Huel's out smoking his pipe, and he's just like, huh? What's happening?
Damn it, you.
Did you just not hear a word we just said?
No. I was spacing out for a second, yeah.
Ah, fuck me. We can do the job, leave without being seen, don't have to fuck with them again. And, you know, we have a way to throw them off our trail. So as we leave, just leave the bandana. That way it looks like the Ruby Rabbits did it, you know? We get off
that
scot
sounds
free.
good. I like it. We should,
I mean, we could just hop out the window if you guys are down. Just hop out the window, lock it behind us.
Well, the window's on the second floor.
Yeah,
Okay, you'd be hanging while trying to close it, so that would be another check right there.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 50 feet of hemp rope. Is there a support pillar in the room with us?
Yeah, you notice that in the center of the warehouse and on each of the 4 corners of the warehouse, there's thick timber reinforced with metal plates at the bottom.
I'm
On
going
top of
to tie the rope to the closest one out of sight,
Okay.
drag the rope to the window, and right, boys. So let's hop out. So yeah, I'm going to make sure my face is covered. Going to let the boys out, and we're going to do that.
burn it down.
Okay, since you're not trying to be stealthy, I can't think of anything to make you roll, Brax. When you're done, we'll have Lincoln throw the bottle, and he can roll a dex check for that.
So yeah, I'm just going to jam the window with a piton
Uh-huh.
and climb down.
When you begin hammering on it, you hear some sound from the inside of the warehouse. You hear, "What's that? What's that? Guard the warehouse! Guard the warehouse!" And you hear the sound of something running across a wooden floor.
I'm going to bite my tongue because I'm tempted to yell at it. So
Mhm.
I'm biting my tongue. Clang, clang, clang. And, I'm going to signal them with my foot, and I'm going to start sliding down the rope.
Okay. Blinken and Huel, that is your signal to do what you're going to do.
All right, I guess I'll light the oil bottle thing and just toss it, and I'll throw the dex check here.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Huel.
Just trying to get away. Boogie away, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you were throwing one too.
Oh, I thought you were throwing one too.
Oh, yeah. Health dexterity check.
Yeah. Commit some arson, dude. Come on.
Well, he lights the bottle. He's gonna run away. He's like, oh, I forgot. He turns back around.
You'll, as you make the throw, the raven on your shoulder goes, "Arson, arson, arson. Burn it down, arson." All right, with the 12, both of you manage to hit this building and set it on fire. As the fire and smoke begin to spread, you hear something inside go, "Flee! Run! Guard the warehouse!" And you also begin to hear shouting in the streets nearby. You hear someone go, "Fire! Fire! Call the fire brigade guild." What do y'all do?
I'm gonna start running and hiding. And I still have the red garbs on me, so
So y'all had
So-
a plan. What do you do?
I'm going to take the mask as we're running, like once we're out of sight, right? Or like once our back is turned to them. I'm going to take the mask and drop it, like at like the entrance to an alleyway or something. And we're just gonna haul ass out of here.
So y'all would be heading back to the person that agreed to pay you, right?
We would get close, and then we would change back to our, like, we would just take off the red clothes, I feel.
All right. Y'all make your way over to the high road in the southern ward. You're about a block away from the beer golem where you met Istrid Horn earlier, the dwarf singer. Y'all change back into your normal clothes, and then you walk back towards the beer golem next to that alley where that orc was, and you see him standing there on the street corner. He's wearing a big old cloak, and he's talking to someone. That person extends their hand out to him and hands him a gold coin. He hands that other person a small leather pouch, and he sees you guys walk up, and he is holding a big, massive bow behind his back with these arrows that almost look like saplings, that look like small trees. And he says, I didn't know if you guys would follow through with me at all, but I'm already here in the fire brigade rushing to the dock ward. And my contacts told me, you guys hit the right building. Well, deal's a deal. 5 gold coins to each of yous, yeah? And he holds out his hand and he's holding 15 gold coins.
Deal's a
And he
deal.
says, hey, here's another quarter of silk root powder. Good job. If you ever want to do something like this again, head back towards this alley. I hang out here a lot.
We will definitely consider it. I'll shake his hand, take the silk root powder.
I'm gonna lean over to Huel and Blinken. You think we should tell him about Zanny's boys in there?
He probably knows it's Xanathar.
No, but I'm saying we can get hazard pay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we should let him know.
I mean, if you think you could convince him, I don't think if you could convince him.
What was his name? You told me it. I accidentally erased it off my sheet.
Like,
Was
Zara.
Zarvi or something like something.
Yeah, he started to say Zara, and then halfway through the word,
The Shadow Man.
he stopped
Alright.
talking and said his name was the Shadow Man.
All right, so I just have Zara / Shadow Man. Right. So, Shadow Man, you know who that warehouse belonged to, eh?
They say it belonged to a fisherman I had a problem with.
Yeah. Be a shame if Zanny found out.
You see the orc look down and think for a second, then it looks back up and says, hey, don't we have a good thing going on here?
We do.
How about we keep it that way? Yeah?
We do. I just wanted to get to know our business better. You know, if we're going to be fucking over people like that, might be nice to engage in official business.
Well, officially, if you ever have a hankering for gold, come back here, and I'll give you another target.
You know, not against that idea. How about we get 1 gold each on goodwill that we will come back and be repeat customers.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Am I going to get vertically inspired on this?
Yes, I will throw it. I still have another couple of them left. I'll start singing and humming, like whistling. Like,
18.
18. He thinks it over for a moment, and you see him again look down and then look to his left, and he's looking at the entrance to the beer golem. There's a few people outside smoking pipes, drinking pints from metal mugs, and you can hear inside there's very loud music playing and someone singing very loudly. There's also a short woman smoking a pipe at the table right next to the door. The orc looks from there and looks back to you and says, hey, you know what? You did a good job. You did it on time. Yeah, I can see the logic of that. And he reaches into his pocket and you hear some jingling. And he pulls out 3 more gold coins.
By the way, boss, we'll have to worry about Zanny's boys following us. Well, you left them a little clue from the rabbits.
He says, who the fuck are the ruby rabbits?
Perfect. That's what we want.
All right.
I say we go to the bar and get sloshed.
yes, let's head to the tavern.
No, I mean
Well,
this
which
tavern
bar?
here.
Oh, yeah.
The Rubbit.
The beer golem. Okay, as y'all begin walking across the street, that door to the beer golem opens, and you see that goblin you saw earlier, Schemo Weird Bottle. He opens the door, and he says, "God's damn it, nothing ever changes with that man," and he shoves his way past you. With the light from the door, you could see that that woman smoking in the chair was Istrid, the woman that sang for you earlier. She looks at Schemo and says, "Schemo, wait just a minute." But Schemo continues walking off into the night. Istrid gives you all a nod and begins smoking on her pipe again. And as you head into the bar, you can see that that bard you met earlier, Davil Starsong, is playing a lute and singing on stage. That orc you saw earlier, Zaraj, the female orc, is nowhere around. And Davil is singing a song, and he sings,
our eyes for good. Hewlett here has been double fisting. He has had a bit to drink.
Hey, you should probably slow down on that, buddy.
I mean, it's mostly tea he's been drinking. You know.
I'm alert, but I'm also feeling tipsy, you know?
Yeah, tipsy. Huh?
You know, if he was a putty tat, he would have died.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So funny inside jokes here. Okay.
The intro music is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Connie Jash, and the video is Waterdeep Dragon Heist by Smite or Flight.
Will be Wabbits.
Will be Wubbits.